Well, first and foremost, I think we need to admire the parents that do step forward, because if it hadn't been some of the parents who stepped forward to coach the youth sports program, a lot of young people would miss out on an opportunity. But for those parents who do step forward and become coaches, I think one of the challenges is realizing that you're impacting more than just your child. And that's always a tough, delicate balance, because no matter what you do, there's always going to be questions about you showing favoritism to your child. And what often happens for many coaches is that we often go to the opposite extreme, where we are much more tougher on our young people, on our own children, than we would be on someone else's children, just to prove that there's no favoritism there. And I think that's one of the delicate balances of trying to juggle on, try to instill the fundamentals of the sport, but also remember that, yes, that is your son, that is your daughter, and they look up to you as well, and you try to treat them equally and fairly. But what I would say to most parents who are engaged in that kind of dynamic is always remember that, again, that is your child, that they really look up to you in a different way. They'll never just see you as just a coach. You'll always be dad or mom. And to the other student athletes that you're dealing with, they're always going to, there's always going to be some parent who questions whether or not your child is playing more than theirs. That's just part of the business. But I think if you do it for the right reasons, that you want to give young people an opportunity, and if your child happens to be a member of that team, then that's great. But you want to instill those basic foundations, particularly at the youth level, but that's all you're interested in doing.